I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. Hey, everybody. Welcome. This is live stream number 71. Who's keeping track? 71. I know it's not a very round number, but it's still really super cool. 71 live streams. I've been doing a bit of thinking, and I don't do a lot of that. Just ask my wife. 5 years is coming up this year on YouTube, and I thought maybe it would be fun to do. I know I'm going to hate myself for doing this, but I thought about doing a 5-hour live stream. And I know people would not be able to stay the whole time. It would just be fun. It's just an open live stream. I don't know. I don't know yet. 5 years, 5 hours. Maybe we should start with something a little smaller, like live stream 100, 100 minutes. But that's not really that much longer than we do now. Let's see who's here. A quick funny. I put the little splash screen, the little making coffee. I'll be right back at the beginning of the stream. And a lot of times it's just me kind of running around, finishing, doing everything. Today, it truly was me making my coffee. It doesn't happen every time, but today I was actually making my coffee. Who we got here today? We have Jeffrey, and he is first. Thank you, Jeffrey. Quiet Pages. Hey, Lyle. And we have Matthew. Woohoo! I love the color of your names, and your color could be green as well. We'll get to that in a minute. Limelight's here. Yo, yo, yo. Travis is here. Travis. Somersault. Cartwheels into the chat box. Fancy green, I know. Nice shade of green. Nothing new here. Radios. It's here. I do have it. I didn't email you because I knew I was just going to show you. And I did a tiny little snip test because Sonic 12 is a little different. And it came out good. So that's coming this week. I'll have it ready for you. Let's see. And then you ask me. Beautiful. Jeffrey Feingold is here. Hi from Maine, ME, and Frozen Hertfordshire. Wait, hi from me, not Maine. I know you're overseas. Where is Hertfordshire? Is that that's not Scotland, is it? I can't remember, Jeffrey. I know you're in Europe, but I just can't remember where. Like I said, I'm saving like crazy. Speaking of saving like crazy, I have a couple things to show you. Snowed here in Mass, but not much. Yeah, we didn't get much snow here, Jeffrey. In fact, we've gotten 0 snow. I've seen snow twice in Florida. And I moved to Florida in 1976. Now, I mean, maybe I missed a couple ones, but I don't think so. Lyle says, I know my production value is low for my channel compared to Mike's, but damn, it's fun doing YouTube videos. You're on my list, Lyle. I want to talk about your channel here in just a second. No new gear 2025. Did not say no new old gear. That is a great way to put it. Hey, Jack is here. How are you, buddy? Just a plain tee. I know. I know. I wasn't feeling it today, By the way, if you watch racing, and I don't really watch it anymore. I did back in the olden days. But racing car drivers, look at this. They have sponsors all over their cars. And when they don't have a sponsor, their car is just blank, usually just plain white. I don't know where I was going with that, but I have a blank tee on today. Steven, how are you, buddy? We got about 4 inches or so here in Southwest Virginia with drifts of 6 to 8 inches. Wow. Matthew says he would stay the whole time. Thank you, Matthew. Like I say, I'm not positive. Look at Dave. Stop. I'm not positive if I'm going to do it. I don't know if my voice could take it. You guys know, maybe you don't, but my voice starts going out about 10 minutes into these live streams, so it might be a whisper stream. I think it's because I get so psyched up and excited about this that you know, your adrenaline and you just get going and your anxiety goes away and I just get excited and but I have plenty of coffee. I may have to do something for I don't know. We might have to. I don't know. Process a roll of film and scan it and I don't know. My 5-year anniversary on YouTube is officially August 8th of this year. August 10th is the Sunday. Now I don't know if maybe August 8th is a Friday. If Friday night live stream, I have to see what's going on. Friday night for me may not be Friday night for you. Might be Friday morning, Saturday morning rather. Friday morning, Friday, I don't know. Morning, afternoon, you know. But thank you, Matthew. You would stay the whole time. I guess I would have to also. Might just be you and me, buddy. I have no life, so I could probably stay the entire time if it was on a weekend. Limelight, you're my people. Dave Knopp, yes, sir. I know Dave's kind of a night owl, so Dave and I had a good phone conversation the other day for, shoot, a couple hours, didn't we, Dave? Dave and I talk a lot. We chit-chat a lot. Hey, Eric, how are you, buddy? Gordon is here. It's F22. Nice and bright over there for you. Hey, Doug, how are you? Thanks for being here. Let's see who else we got here. We have a really cool lineup today. We got some fun stuff to talk about. Jim Cahill is here from sunny Mesa, Arizona. I don't know if it's sunny right now. Awesome. Yeah, I'll have it ready this coming week, radios. I probably owe you a few bucks anyway, Mike. You've been lenient on shipping in the past. You know what? It's just a few bucks. I was watching a YouTuber once, and he was talking about money. And I'm just a regular person, like most of us here. None of us have tons of money. I mean, maybe you do. I don't know. I don't. But he made it. He had a good point. He goes, money is really nothing more than just numbers changing. And that's all it really is. It's just changing numbers constantly. If you look at your bank account, when you get paid, the numbers change. When you spend it, the numbers change. It's just numbers. I mean, unless you carry cash, and then those all have numbers on them too. Nobody owes me anything, but thank you, Stephen. Jerry says, I want to be green, but I need to talk to my bank first. They cut me off one time because they thought the thing I signed up with was fake. Damn that bank. No pressure for anybody. But while I'm on the topic, thank you. Huge shout out and thank you. I don't see Mike in the chat right now, but there are 4 members. And it means a lot to me, guys. It really does. I'm not begging anybody for money. I would probably be able to do this to some degree regardless. It's not gonna kill us, you know, if we don't do memberships, but they really, really help. It helps me to continue. It's not a cheap venture as I get deeper and deeper into it. Now with promising 2 videos a week plus a live stream, it's going to be that much more difficult. So huge thank you to my good buddy Barry, to Flying O, Mike, to my buddy Matthew, and they're all buddies, my buddy Matthew, 42nd Street Matthew, and to the Quiet Pages, Lyle. We love Lyle. There's my 4 members. Thank you so much. You're never going to be shamed or shunned for not becoming a member, ever. I don't want to pressure anybody into a membership. It helps me a little bit. I think at this point right now we're going to do an extra live stream. I don't know if we're going to do an extra live stream. We may have to turn one of our Sunday live streams into a members only live stream. But we'll see. It's probably going to start next month. But I really appreciate it, guys. If you can, great. If you can't, you're always welcome here. I'll always have a seat for you. All right, because I have the curtains drawn. Oh, F22 because you have the curtains drawn. Hi from Easton, Maryland. Oh, nice, and it's nice and chilly up there too. I'm down south. No new gear so far. Jeffrey says just north. Oh, just north of London. Okay, very good. There's Mike. He is here. 7 inches of snow. Plus, it's a slow season for work. You know what I'm noticing now? I have the dark background. So I made these little emojis or these little badges that go next to member names. It's a little film camera, a little almost look like a Mitchell. But I have a black background, so the first month you get the black one, then they change colors each month or something like that. But it's hard to see mics. It's hard to see most of them. Yeah, all of them. So I might have to put a green circle, I mean a white circle around them or something. I don't know. Anyway, really not that big of a deal. Rich M, how are you, buddy? Greetings from a suburb of Denver. You guys got to be a little chilly, huh? I mean, it's got to be cold in Colorado right now. Snowy and skiing and snowboarding and look at that. We just got a brand new member. Thank you, buddy. Thank you, Travis. I appreciate it. Pete's here. Hey, buddy. Jim Cahill. I did get a Yashica LD4. I got it cheap because it didn't work. I cleaned the battery contacts and now it purrs. You know, that's what I call one of life's little bonuses. You know, Jim? It's like finding a dollar bill on the ground. It's just life's little bonus. So anytime you can buy a camera, we're going to talk about one in particular right here in just a minute. That's advertised as is or not tested, and you clean it a little bit and it works great. That's a bonus. Maybe you could have some of the miscreants who frequent the chat on air, so to speak. That's not a bad idea either. I still want to showcase some of your guys's, your girls' and guys' work. I mean, I would like to do that. If you have any old films or I don't even care if they're videos, whatever you guys think might be kind of fun. If you did skateboard videos in the 90s or 2000s or whatever, I'd like to showcase a little bit of that. Oh, what I miss? You're making what happened? Jeffrey says, you making a point about no sponsorships. I can see this costing. No, it's not going to cost you anything, Jeffrey. I promise you. Woo. Hi, sorry for being a bit late. Where have you been, Bonnie? That's okay. Let's see. Yes, it's sunny in Mesa today. Very nice. It's a pretty sunny here. It says sunny and 58 degrees. Hi, Mike. Just joining the stream from Wales, UK. Super Cindy, welcome, as always. I did decide on Pomona, on the found film. I'm just going to keep it super simple. And I don't remember, it was either Angus maybe or maybe Super Cindy. One of them recommended Pomona Pack, the Pomona Pack for my playlist, and that's what I'm going with. And it's already a playlist. But speaking of playlists, I do have Tuesday's video, 2 days from now, is going to be one of these. We are going back to the beginning. And we're going back to Sound Film, Cameraman Mike Sound Film box set. And we're going to find little Joey. I'm making it my life mission to find little Joey. And I would love to see, he's still around. I think I know who he is. But I would like to see what happened. I want to know what's going on. I want to know where he's been, what he's been up to. His family. I mean, I feel like he's family. So, Tuesday, Cameraman Mike Sound Film box set, found film. Also, the lens that I bought had in fact an Arri bayonet mount and not an Arri PL mount. So, did it not work, Bonnie, on your BL? Welcome, Super Cine. I'm here. Mike is here. All I got that's sort of film related is Laserdisc called Landmarks in Early Film. Yeah, I just don't know how to play that. I used to have a Laserdisc player. Nice. I was a pioneer. Also wanted to let you know that the U-Matic and Betacam thing didn't work out. University department told me they don't archive tapes other than theirs due to have it. I totally get that. Thank you for trying though, Limelight. I appreciate it. Silverhorse says, how do you do memberships? So next to the, if you're on a phone, it's a little tricky. It's possible, because I went through the process, and Mike did too, Fly No. But if you're on a computer, it's the little join button right next to subscribe, Jack. Where was the $100 membership? You know, I didn't do, I can't do that. $5 a month, that's it. $100. You're talking about the annual one, right? I don't think you can do annual. I think it's just $5. How do I become a convicted member? Jim, go to any of my videos, and right next to subscribe, you should see the join button. If you're on a mobile device, you will have to go onto the web, like Safari or whatever your web is, and then log in, and then go onto YouTube, and then you got to search for display in web browser. It's a little tricky. But it's possible, and I did it, and you'll see the join button. It's way easier if you're on a PC or on a regular computer. New word. Hey, 4 members out of 5.7 thousand subscribers is good. Yeah, 4 out of 5.7 thousand. I'll take it, guys. I'm really, I'm just beyond thankful to just be here. I really appreciate all of you. Hi, Mike and friends from the other side of the Atlantic. It's Jim from Greece. Mike, you'll be make more videos like camera shooting comparative. Yes, those are some of my favorite ones to make, Jim. I love making comparison videos. It can be a little tricky because it's kind of a pain, but it's also, with me self-developing everything, they don't come out super fantastically great, so, but it's all for entertainment value. So yes, I love doing comparison videos, and I've got one I want to talk to you guys about in a minute. Travis, welcome to Spraders. We're all Spraders. If you don't know what Spraders means, that's Super 8ers, only shortened. You know how I like to shorten things? You better not segregate the Sunday live streams between the greens and the gray. No, in all honesty, I will probably just add a live stream. I'm thinking I'll just add one for the greenies. No, Kodachrome? No, not yet, but I may do that. I just like Tri-X. So we got some cool little thingamajigs. Do you know about the Krasnogorsk 3 16mm? I do. Damery? I'll just call you Dammy. I do. I have 2 of them. I have done videos on them. I even did a video, it's kind of lengthy, on converting it from regular 16 to Super 16. I've shot with mine quite a bit, and I don't remember. Oh, I have my Super 16 right here. Ta-da! So yeah, I'm relatively familiar with them. Fun cameras. By the way, how hot is it outside for everyone? For me, the answer is -10 Celsius or 263.15 Kelvin. Costa, here you are. Hey CJ, how are you, buddy? Haven't seen you in a while. It is 58 degrees Fahrenheit here in Central Florida. Would love for Joey to join us. That's my goal. I don't know. He might be an odd guy. He might be a great guy. I don't know. I don't know who he is. You never know who people are, you know? So we'll find out, hopefully, one of these days. Doug says, on my channel, I post found home movies where I've added music and sound effects. Hope you can check it out. I will check it out, Doug. Doug E. Style. I will check that out. Wait, who just became a member? Oh, Jeffrey, thank you, buddy. I really appreciate it. Jeffrey is a long-time supporter of this channel. He always has been. I truly appreciate everyone, especially people like Jeffrey and Mike, and I'm not going to get into the names, and Barry and Travis and, you know, everybody, and Bonnie and everybody that's been around for a long time. You know, I appreciate it. But thank you, Jeffrey. Airy bayonet mount was introduced on the Airy 16BL. By the way, I also bought a battery belt on eBay for the Airy 16BL earlier today. You may have to resell that, unless it was already resold for you, Bonnie. Those things are beasts. I see it now. Damn, I need my... Get that wallet. It's always strange. It's a weird feeling when you're talking about memberships. So I'll mention it, and then I'm going to leave it alone, because not everybody can do it. I get it. I understand that. So if you want to be a member, I truly appreciate it. If you don't or can't, I totally understand that too. And there's still a chair for you at my table. Always will be. For me, it says Premiere Plus or Subscribe Plus. I don't know what that means, Bonnie. You're already subscribed, so it must be Prenumera. Okay, I'm watching on my iPad. Whoa, I missed it. What did you say, Jack? The chat just keeps going. I'll go on my computer after the live stream. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Jack. Appreciate it. Filmboy24. Oh, Barry says, you're 79. You're a lot farther south than me, Barry, so you guys are a little warmer. Filmboy24 makes it look easy, but the multi-camera comparisons are hard to... Yeah, thanks, Jim. I've done a couple of processed a couple films for Jim where he did multiple cameras. It is a pain. I did 20 cameras with one roll of film once. There's a video. And it's an all-day affair. It really is. Instead of Spraders, it should have been named Convicted Filmophiles. You know, with Spraders was my wife's idea. I wasn't really a fan of it. And then I did the 24 crew. And I wanted it just to be the 24 crew. And I tried to change it. And then part of it said 24 crew, meaning this is the crew, Filmboy24. Plus Jeff Gordon had the 24 crew. And I was a huge fan of that. So, but anyway, so now it's kind of a combination of both. Oh, I'm after those members only emojis. Yeah, there's some cute little emojis, but for some reason I'm not able to see them. It's telling me to sign in, and I know I'm signed in. Hey, Craig is here. Mecca lecca hi mecca hi ho. Craig, you missed a pretty fun time last night, by the way. I know you're not in Florida anymore, but I did go to the reunion last night, my wife and I. And the turnout was a little low, but it was fun. I got to hang out with a few people, and we had a pretty good time. Missed you. Don't add one live stream. Just cut off the usual one at an hour and start a member stream for 30. Oh, that's not a bad idea for 30 minutes. I don't know if I can stop. You mean stop the stream and then start a members only stream immediately following? Might be. Here's the thing I don't want to do. I really don't want to take anything away from what we do already. So if we go an hour and 15 minutes and I got to do another stream right after, I'll do that. I'm not adverse to that at all. But I enjoy this so much, and I understand not everybody can be a member, so I'm going to do it. You know, I don't want to take anything away from anybody. So, Silver Horse Jack, you just became a member. Thank you, buddy. Did I already say that? I don't think so, but I see it up at the top. I appreciate it. Rich says, sunny and 34 degrees, beautiful snow-covered mountains just west of me. I have a nice view from the street where I live now. You guys should take some photos and send me some photos. Beautiful views. And then nothing, just like a nice view. Like, I love mountains and snows and like cityscape and stuff like that. And then I'll put your screen name and we'll post a photo and show your picture. Just one photo. That's a cool, like, wintry photo. CJ says, doing well, thanks. There's a K3 for sale on the Chicago suburbs for $250. Sadly, I can't snag it, but I hope someone does. You know, CJ, based on the prices that I'm seeing for these things now, $250 used to be almost average, but that's a good price now. That's a real good price, depending on, what comes with it. And typically it was the lens tubes and the filters and things like that, the handle, but that's a really good price. Mild here in Stockholm. Wait, what happened? Dang it, man, this thing's going like crazy. Sorry, I saw mild here in Stockholm. Hold on. Oh, there it is. Only -6 Celsius. Wow. I was green with jealousy. Thank you, Jeffrey. It's cold here in Chicagoland. It's cold up there right now. I have some family. My mom, they live in Indiana, and it is really chilly there. 58, that's 500, Bonnie. 58 Fahrenheit, that's 517.6 Rankine. Entities here. Hey, buddy. Hey, bud. So did I manage to get an Archon RA? Oh, so you did manage to get one, an RA30A7. I've still got a little work left to do on the Gordon Yoder camera, but I gotta get a new Galvatron, as mine has had a bad case of dog troubles. I'm dying to see some good modern optical audio. That interests me more than anything. I mean, optical audio was typically better than magnetic, especially if you had the right film. I mean, like some of this stuff, like what, like this old print film, like this Sonic film, so incredibly low grain, very crisp audio if you can use it optically. Man. I love that comparison camera video. I have some cameras I would like to see how they look, but they are mostly regular 8. Oh, look at that. Get on it, though, Jeffrey. I can help you. You get with me and I'll help you. Filmboy24, Filmboy24 crew. Thanks, Lyle. When will we get the 50 Super 8 cameras? 1 cartridge video. So that's like 1 foot. So there's 40 frames. I'm sorry, there's 72 frames per foot. So if we shoot 24 frames per second, my math is terrible. So we get just under 4 seconds, maybe 3.5 seconds of film for 50 cameras. I have to tell you, I don't think I have 50 cameras. I got the next film. I'm deciding to send the Plus X I took with my Filmo 70A in October. Woohoo! Bring it! My film history has been mainly regular 8 and 16, so I'm relatively new to Super 8. So I guess I'm a newbie sprayer. Nice. I love Super 8. I really do. Nothing against you or anything, but I recently burned Jeff Gordon's standee, my fire pit. Oh, you love to hate him. Well, that's the thing with him. It was like Earnhardt. You either loved him or hated him. You really did. And I started hating. I don't hate anyone, but I started not really enjoying watching people that just win all the time. You know, just the Patriots. People that always win. It just becomes not fun. Like Jimmy Johnson, if you're a race fan. He was Jeff Gordon's teammate. He was on Hinder, but I just didn't enjoy it anymore. Gordon was the driver I loved to hate back in the day. I was an Earnhardt guy. You know, you were always one or the other, right? 5 hours for 5 days for 5 weeks. Whoa. Killing me. Jim Cahill, thank you, buddy. Welcome to Sprayders. I just joined, but my credit card is stuck in my MacBook CD-ROM drive. CJ, that K3 is on Facebook Marketplace. Are they shipping it? I don't know if I really need another one, though. I have 2 already. But do I need even 2? Maybe I do. Home movies are a glimpse into the past that Hollywood doesn't give us. Yes, they are. You get to see real people who lived decades ago. It's funny you mention that and see how they really lived. I have it's a found film, but it's not one I processed. I'm going to show you guys later. But it's interesting. It's nothing groundbreaking or earth-shattering, but it's just fun. It's just like Doug is saying. It's just a glimpse. You guys know how much I love found film, especially film that's never been seen by anyone, not even the family, because I process it. But I also have a pretty good abundance of already processed found films. So I scanned one earlier this morning, and I want to show you guys. It's a little bit different, and it's really just cool looking at, this is how people live. This is real life stuff. Mike says, if I didn't have 3 or 4 K3 cameras, yeah, you have like 3 or 4 of everything, Mike. $250 is a good price. Bonnie says, the money that you've spent on all your videos is really coming back with all the memberships showing. I know. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you. Again, no, please don't join if you can't. Don't do it. Just, no. Join only if you really want to. Quiet Pages. I dig it too, Doug. Bought a Bolex C8 cheap, guaranteed to work. It didn't. Got my money back. Got it to work today. You know, most of the time, those cameras just need a little oil, Eric. Hopefully that's how you got it to work. Those 4 seconds per camera are worth it. Let's see. 1001, 1002, 1003, because we don't get to 4 yet. That's how much footage you got. You think that's worth it? Where can I buy 16mm film rolls at an affordable price? Well, I don't know where you live. The best place to buy film, if you live in the US or Canada, is direct from Kodak, if you want Kodak film. I don't know a lot beyond that. I know the Film Photography Project, and that's their website, filmphotographyproject.com. They have a store, and they sell a lot of movie film as well, and their prices are really good, and they also do processing and scanning. So direct from Kodak, if you're in the U.S., you call them. They used to have the website you could order on, but now you have to call. But I don't know where you're at. That's the problem. I don't know overseas. I'm not positive the best place. Whitmer Film has some deals overseas. Plus, you lose 5 frames while I know, unless I did it in a dark bag. So 5 frames is 5 frames. So now we're down to 3 seconds to be safe. Prices are all about the same. Fresh film. That's right, about $65 for 100 foot of 16. NASCAR Demolition Derby. My buddy, my old friend, he passed away many years ago in an accident, but he was my best friend in the world. He hated NASCAR, and he used to make fun of me all the time. He'd say, Mike, if you really want to make NASCAR a sport, he was a hockey fan. He said 20 cars one way, 20 cars the other way. Then I'm watching. They never did it. I remember 2/18/01. What is 2/18/01? Film Photography Project sells some pretty cheap film. If you're looking for Kodak Vision, Ektachrome, Kodak Vision. Yes, what Lightroom is saying is exactly right. Or Ektachrome, then buying it directly from Eastman Kodak would probably be the cheapest. I couldn't hate Earnhardt because my dad was a fan and knew his uncle, who actually came to our house to go hunting once. We're also Colts fans, so we hate the Patriots too. I'm a fan. You know, it's funny, Stephen. I'm a fan. I like Kerry Earnhardt. I know everybody was a Dale Jr. and all that, but I like Kerry just as a human being. I've watched videos with him in it. I follow a couple YouTube channels that interview drivers of past. He just seems like a great guy. He looks almost identical to his dad. Are we going to wait until the 1 hour mark as usual with showing films today? Well, we only have one film. And I'll show it whenever you guys would like. It's queued up already. But I'm going to have to, if you're able to watch it sometime, I got a new vid up. And it's a bugger to work on since the schematic is very vague on certain capacitor and resistor values due to how old it is. I want to check that out, Entity. Yes. I think I'm subscribed already. Matthews picked up a roll of 16mm double X from Cinestill this past week for about $40. That's a good price. Whoop, I just missed it. Dang it, this chat just goes. There it is. I had to jump on that. Time to do some test footage with the Bolex Abandoned Factory. Here I come. Oh, you're going to film the Abandoned Factory. Good luck with that, Matthew. Is there discounts for the Filmboy24 merch shop? There will be. If I ever have one, there will be discounts for members. My wife is on me settle down. My wife reminds me daily. Do something. Do a mug. Do a t-shirt. Do something. One day at a time. I don't know how to do this stuff. If you're a student or educator, if everyone... Oh, wait. Hey, Mike is here. I didn't even realize you're here. What? Hey, everyone, and Happy New Year. Sorry I didn't make it to the streams recently. Missed you all. Yeah, good to see you again. Craft work. If you're a student or educator, B&H Photo gives some decent discounts. Yes, they do. And, you know, my wife is back in school again. Online course for veterinary stuff. So she technically has student ID and everything, could get discounts. Ooh. She's a huge film shooter. I promise. 50 cameras is a lot. You lose about 8 frames when I know it would take, I don't know if I could do 50, Jim. I don't. And I could change the cameras in a dark bag. But now, I mean, we're down to 3 seconds per camera. I don't think I have 50 that work. Yes, a couple of hours work, disassembly, oil, grease, not bad for 70 plus. Yeah, those Bolexes are really awesome too. Once you put the right oil and grease in there and get them apart and oil and grease them, they run like new. Hayo makahiki how craft work. Why did I butcher such a beautiful language? Hey, Lyndon's here. How are you? Affordable and film stock are excluding each other, but yeah, as cheap as possible. Would be nice here in Germany if you have a few places to get stock, like Andek in Berlin, who also, yeah, Andek's another good one. Thank you for that, Mike. Dale Sr. The membership is $5 in the U.S., right? Because I think I save per month just because I live in Sweden. I can't, yeah, you do. It's $5 a month in the U.S. Oh, Dale's Crash. Yes, I was there, Mike. I was a police officer at the time, and I was in a patrol car in the speedway facing turn 4 when he crashed. And Rusty Wallace came running up to my car. It was packed, and he's like, after Dale was already en route to the hospital, and he says, "Is there any way you can get me to the hospital, please?" And I said, I just said, "Rusty, look around. It was bumper to bumper." I said, "I can't even get out. Sorry." It was 218. It was the Daytona 500, 2001. Yes. The only sport I care about, the one I saw while eating at a restaurant, where it was basketball, but the floor was scrolled away from me. But the floor was entirely me. Oh, yes, I love that. That is so fun looking. They bounce like crazy. That's like real bouncy ball. Jeffrey Feingold, thank you and welcome to the 24 crew. I really appreciate it, buddy. Yes, there is a channel on YouTube called Super 8. It has samples of shot film. Don't know who they are. Anyone know? No, I don't know if I've even seen that. That's the channel name, Super 8. I'll look and see. I don't know. Doubling your membership today. Woohoo! Mike, I think you got it started. You and Barry and Matthew and Lyle. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, becoming a member. I really appreciate it. I like to get my 60mm film directly from FOMA. 35 pounds. Is that pound? Euros. 35 euros per 100-foot roll without the shipping for 100 ISO negative black and white film. That's a really good price. But the problem with it here, I love FOMA. It's so expensive to get it shipped here. That probably is too many. Yeah, Jim. 10 was the sweet spot cameras. It really was. That was my favorite one I've ever done. I did 10 Super 8 cameras, one roll of film. I've done 10, 15, and 20. And a lot of under 10s, but for the most part, 10, 15, and 20. 10 was my favorite. 50 might be a little too many. How about 100? 1 second each. Super Cindy said, FOMA is a good place for cheaper black and white film. Not sure if it's easy to get in the U.S. You can order it, but the shipping is so expensive. Thank you. He's still split and reload. Standard 8 and even double Super 8. Yes, you can split it and reload it. I'd like to get a good batch of double Super 8 to slice, you know. I would love to one day be able to have a Mitchell 35mm OS newsreel camera, but those go for roughly 15 to 20K and require a lot of maintenance to get going, making it 4,000 to 5,000. Yeah, and they're big too, so you got to have plenty of space for them. Ja Bunny, I definitely have to get some double Super 8 stuff from FOMA. I love FOMA. I shot a lot of FOMA 35mm still film, and it's one of my favorite black and white film stocks. Well, that's a very interesting story, Mike, about the race. I was watching it live on TV as an 11-year-old. Now here we are today, small world. I know. It was crazy. No one knew anything then. You know, we just knew he was hurt. And then there was a police officer friend of mine that was in the ambulance with... No, he wasn't in... He was in the patrol car escorting the ambulance to the hospital, which is not far from the speedway. Right down the... the hospital is a mile down the road. And he calls me knowing I'm a huge race fan, and he says, I don't have any clue who it is that's in this... who was in this ambulance. It was a driver. He goes, but he didn't make it. Of course, that's not my job. I didn't say a word. But I knew it when Rusty Wallace came up to my car. I already knew it. But no. That's a good way to lose your job and just not be cool. My wife wants to see a picture of you in your uniform. Now I'm a Jeffrey. I have one somewhere. It's. I had a mustache. I had everything. I'll have to find it at some point. I'll try maybe during the stream. I'll try to bring it up. It's interesting. Oh boy. Super 8 is the name. Oh, Super 8 173. Because I'm gonna look. I gotta check out Doug's site, Entity, and Super 8 173. Analog Photo Shutter Lab. Hello, how are you? If you think American sports are fun, then you have never heard of, is it Spokeball, Brain Bowl, or Cub? No, I haven't. I have not heard of any of those things. Very interesting, though. Bonnie needs to make us a bulk Foma film purchase and mail one big box to Mike in Florida. Yeah, I mean, I'm down for that, Bonnie. One big box. Let's do a bulk purchase, one big box, and then I can route them. I did 5 cameras, and that was enough for me, plus the 2 knucklehead comments that made more of a challenge. Yeah, those guys were nuts. Now I gotta look those up. I know, I'm curious now. What is your honest opinion on Ekrachrome 100D 7294 projected? I honestly love it. It's my favorite Super 8 film. It's beautiful. That's my honest opinion. I think it's beautiful. I think it lacks a little bit of what 7285 had for projecting, but in all, I think it's a stunning. The color reproduction is beautiful. Not quite on par with how Kodachrome looked projected, but I've shot a lot of 100D, 7294, and 7285. I give the slight edge to the old Ekrachrome 100D, but the new stuff is, I mean, I think gorgeous. That's my honest opinion. I love it. Saw the crash on TV and it didn't look like he hit the wall. No, it did not at all, Jim. It didn't look bad live either. In return for the bulk film purchase, Mike can send us FPP film, which is expensive for us Europeans. We should work something like that. I think bulk deal stuff is the way to go. My cat Lulu says hi. Hi Lulu, meow. So whose Sonic 25 was that? That sent in by one of us. That's Sonic 12. This was sent in, yes, by... That's sent in by our buddy Old Radios. And I will be working on that for him. I want to throw a mention real quick to my good buddy Barry. Speaking of FPP, this was gifted to me. Thank you again. I messaged Barry, but Barry sent this to me, and this is a roll of FPP 400 speed black and white film that I will be shooting at some point in the very near future, probably in my Aeroflex. I don't know what I'm going to shoot yet, but processing and scanning is included. Yes, Jim Cahill, FPP included. Barry paid for this, and he's just not going to have time to shoot it, so he gave it to me. So we're going to see, Jim and I were talking about this, what it actually looks like when FPP, they do a much better job than home processing, is going to process and scan that. So we're gonna see how that turns out, and I'm going to show you guys too. I might opt for it's the basic scan, I think 1080, but I might opt to pay a little more. I'll contact Mike Rosso, hopefully, and see what that costs, and maybe just get it scanned in 4K. Who knows? It is 16 millimeter. I'm going to see if I can... Oh, God, why would I even do this? Try to show you guys this. Oh, boy. I'm terrible, by the way, at YouTube. Not YouTube, well, that too, but at Facebook. Barry messaged me on Facebook, and sometimes I don't see him because I don't always go on Facebook. But I want to try to find this picture really quick. Mike, did you ride a bike like Chips? No, I did not. They wanted me to... I was approached by the motor sergeant to go to the motor school, and I didn't want to. I didn't want to be a motorcycle cop. I wanted to just be a detective. So that's what I did. I went to the Detective Bureau instead. 100D is very good. Not as good as Kodachrome. Nope. I used Kodak Real Scanner to scan most of the films I post on YouTube. It gives very good results if you get the settings right. Yep, nothing wrong with that, Doug. I have a couple of the Wolverines and then a Digit Now, which is a Wolverine clone. I saw some videos of Kodachrome 40, never shot it in color. I shot it today and will process it. I've done a lot of black and white negative Kodachrome, and if you shoot it right, you got to really overexpose it, which you probably know. Then you can get decent results. The newer the stock, the better. And obviously, a lot depends on how well it was stored. It was picric acid. This was the day after Dale's crash. That's why I associate that event with Dale Sr. Oh, I got you. Is there a special recipe you've tried on developing Kodachrome 40 in color? No, it's really impossible now. There is no recipe. You have to add color couplers. It's a black and white stock. That's what Kodachrome K40 is. Color was added. Technically, it's a black and white stock. Color couplers were added. Those couplers are included in color film now, like color negative stocks, and then your 100D. But they were added into the process. It was a very lengthy, drawn-out, difficult process. So there's a guy named Adrian Cousins that managed to get some color out of Kodachrome. So we have to applaud him for that. But to my knowledge, he's the only one that's ever been able to extract any color at all out of Kodachrome. Back in the day, I shot a lot of 400 ASA Super 8 film. Very grainy. It is extremely grainy, but it is fast. Filmboy24 FPP crossover episode. Yeah. Would like for FPP to have Filmboy24 on their podcast. That would be fun. If you want to try some Swedish delicacies, I would 100% recommend trying... You throwing these words at me, Bonnie. You know I can't pronounce that. Surströmming. In the UK, there's a weekly TV program called The Footage Detectives on a channel called The Talking Pictures TV. People send in reels of 16 and 8mm films and have to guess location. Ooh. That's a good idea. You know, we did kind of something like that. You remember 4 streams in a row, I showed an old black and white film, and we kind of guessed the year. And some of them I think were from the 40s, but that's a fun idea. They figured the magic out. Ektachrome had vivid blues, very, yeah. Kodachrome had reds, exactly. I used Ektachrome in the early 80s, scuba diving. When I lived in Florida, because I could process myself, but Kodachrome, they just never been able to replicate it. It's beautiful, Eric. Where'd you live in Florida? I've been in Florida since 1976. It's easier for German since we have the umlaut too. Yeah, I know. How do you pronounce the O with the 2 dots? Is that the umlaut, or I thought the umlaut was I don't know. Just for Jeffrey, I'm trying to find something. Jeffrey Feingold. Oh, here we go. You have to promise not to laugh, you guys. Yes, I recall. 50 minutes in and we're still in the intro. I know. This is going to run a little long. Sorry, guys. It is. I know. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to look. There it is. This was kind of taken candidly. But Jeffrey Feingold, where are you at? I watch Footage Detectives. It's shown 2 hours before the live stream every week. So, no laughing, but you can laugh. This was in 1996, I believe. Yours truly. What are you going to do? I don't know if I miss those days or not. There was another one. I worked a lot of Daytona Beach bike weeks. I know, the stash. There was these young ladies that kept wanting to take a picture with me and my partner, and we finally talked my sergeant into letting us. I know, the stash. And this was that. Yep, those mustaches were department issued back then. Bad boys, bad boy. Oh, I don't want to get a copyright strike. It's so crazy because I always wanted to do film. Even in those days of my life, I did that for about 11 years. But it's all I wanted to do. So I did that, and I left that job to get more into film work. Killer stash. I had just shaved it off and started no mustache when I met my wife, and she's like, thank God you did that, because I don't think we'd be together. I met her in 2001. Eric says, Boca Raton, 1982 through 1991. I know I asked you something, but I don't remember. Oh, Boca Raton, where in Florida? Okay, yeah, so you were down South Florida. It's nice down there. What's your favorite Super 8 film stock, scanned or maybe projected? Well, projected, I mean, it would have to be, for me, 100D. My favorite color negative stock is 50D. Vision 3 50D. My favorite black and white stock is no longer made, and that's Plus X. And as far as movie film. So guys, okay, we're rambling. For a cop, you're a very good filmmaker. My wife says no offense, but she prefers Eric Estrada. Thank you, Jeffrey. For the 120 film distribution, do you plan to assign a set film stock for everybody or use? No, I think what we're going to do is I might send the film and then just let you shoot it, process it, and send me the photos, and we're going to show the photos. Much more control over it that way for you. So I think that's what we're going to do. And yes, I will have a couple different film stocks that we'll let everybody pick from. Hey there. Oh, Manny's here. Hey, buddy. Yo, 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 Manny's in the house. All right, we are almost an hour in, and we haven't done anything. I want to show you a camera I bought really quick. I bought this on eBay, untested. I'm sorry, guys. I am going to miss a few chats, and I hate doing that. But I want to show you a couple things. This came up as untested, but beautiful condition. Untested, beautiful condition. No, it's not a 514 XLS. It's a 512 XL. It is in beautiful condition. Beautiful. It's the electronic. And I got it for, I think it was around $60 US. The lens is in really good shape. Put batteries in it. And this is what I got. The knob here, the manual and auto exposure knob, is completely frozen solid. Won't budge. So, I messaged the seller and I said, it's untested. It was untested before you shipped it to me, but it's tested now. And it doesn't work. So, I need a shipping label and I have to send it back. I'm sorry. I hate returning cameras. I hate it. But I got enough broken ones. And the seller never responded to my message. So the next day, I let 24 hours go by. I started a return. I was clicking on the return because I was just going to let eBay handle the return. And yeah, it might be repairable. You're right, Mike. But I don't have a whole lot of time for that. So I click on return this item and it says you can't return this item because the seller already issued you a refund. So apparently the seller just didn't want to tell me after I messaged them, but they issued the refund, everything, shipping everything instantly after I sent them the message. So now I have the camera. Now I don't mind taking it apart. Now I might just tinker with it myself. Might be like Mike saying, a little electrical issue. Yeah, they're good cameras, the 512, 1.2 lens. A couple things I want to go over. I shipped out a whole bunch of stuff 2 days ago. Here's people that are getting stuff back. Barry, your film is in the mail. The one I processed for you. Mike, Flying O, your Tri-X is in the mail. You'll get it shortly. Matthew, your Tri-X in the mail. No, I'm not showing anyone's addresses. Jeffrey, this side towards the screen, your Tri-X is in the mail. Your original finished film. And Dave Knopp. I don't see Dave. I think he was here earlier. Dave already knows this because I told him, but his film is in the mail on its way to him. I want to shoot this roll of film very soon. I did a review of this film, and it's really cool. You guys were talking about film stock. My buddy Chris Cottrell, I believe, owns Super 8 Today. You guys remember Super 8 Today magazine? That's Chris's magazine, and he repacks this film and sells it on eBay. And I did a review, and it's a really good, cool film. I think it's the Whitner, is it Whitner Chrome, or I can't remember what film it is, but I shot a roll of it. It has to have been at least a year ago. He sent me two to kind of have fun with and play around with, and I did one, and I have this one, and there's a particular camera that I want to shoot it in. But before I show you that, I'm going to show you my brand new camera. Dun, 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 dun. Finally got an Arri SR. Finally got an Arri SR. Dun, 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 dun. So, my wife or daughters, I can't remember, a year or two ago got this for me. It is so stinking cool. They got this for me for Christmas. It's like a Lego, like a knockoff Lego, because Lego doesn't make this particular item. It is insane. Insane. If you guys want one, you know what I'll do? I can't do it right now, but I'll put the link. That's another way you can help if you want. If you're not a member, or if you are, if you click the link, my affiliate link, it doesn't cost you any extra. I just get a tiny commission. I'll put that in the description if you guys want to see this. They're about 25 bucks. But I had my daughter put it together, and she did it last night. I will, Mike. I'll put that. I don't know if I can put it in the comments. Let me see if I can put it in the comments. Oh, and here's the short link. Hold on. It is the neatest little thing. Oh man, let me see if it'll let me post it. Yeah, look at that. Look at that thing on. Do it after. Don't leave the live stream. Well, I guess you won't leave it. Maybe, I don't know, but it's so detailed. And I looked at all the stuff, and I'm like, the bags and bags of stuff. I'm like, no way I could put that together. I've had it a year or so. It was Christmas 2 years ago. So I thought, well, my daughter loves doing Legos. My older daughter. It works. I don't think it actually works, but would be really cool if it did. Look at that. It's called the aioli. It's not a sauce. It's a little delicate, so you got to be careful. The aioli SR. All right, but for real, I did get a new camera. Are you guys ready to see my new camera? Yeah, hit the like button. I want to show you guys. You know what we're going to do? We're going to see the film. And then I want to show you. Oh, it's 23 bucks. See, it's even cheaper. Yeah, it's on Amazon. I want to show you a film. This is a found film. This is Everyday Life in 1972. This is Ektachrome Super 8 film. It was in a lot of film I got a couple years ago. I have a bunch of old family films from people and stuff. It's a square and a plus, 1972, and I believe it was shot in 1972 as well. Here's the label on the actual film. It's hard to tell. It says party. And then on the bottom right, it looks like 92, but it's 72. So get your popcorn. I have one of those wooden projector puzzles. It does work, but I have one too. I have one too. Maybe next week we'll do that. Brace, brace, brace. Mike. Hey, Mike. March, is that what that said? March of 72, I believe. Yeah. Look again. March, and then it looks like a 9, but it is a 7. Yeah, it's a 72. Party at, like, Bob Miller or something. All right, so there's not much to this. I just a little something I scanned. I kind of wanted to show. So without too much more of what I do best, let's hit the lights and action. And it's Minnesota Fats on the left, and we got Mr. Mastroni. What were their names? Who was it? Minnesota Fats and who was the other pool player in the day? Marconi or something like that? Now this is a party, guys. This guy takes money. Masconi. Yeah, that's right. Willie Masconi. Pool or billiards? I always called it pool. That is a pool part. Look at this guy in the back with that salmon shirt. You know he means business. Oh, Miserak. I remember him. Yeah, look at that camera with the little flash bulb. Look at this guy, Charlie, right? Lining it up. I think he's going for a safety. You know, that's when you're the filmer and you're like, come on, take the shot already. No lights. No lights. No, it is a little grainy and dark. But it is Ektachrome, so it's probably that Ektachrome 160. So it was a little faster than K40. And there's Miss Stripey Pants. Pool party. There's a thumbnail for you. Pool party. Look at this guy here. You know that he is the life of the party. He's listening to the Bee Gees, Queen, you know, Steely Dan. More seriously than college sports players. Oh, a time machine would be nice. Probably shot on a Kodak binocular Super 8 cam. Look at this guy won't move. Charlie, come on, move it over. There is a lot of polyester and nylon. Hey, Pete. Look at that shot. Scratched it right in the side pocket. Wider shirt collars. Oh, Mike. Let's bring you back to your radio days, Mike. Look at that Rizzler in that shirt. Oh, good game. Better luck next time, kid. Leave your money at the door. When does the fight break out? I no smoking. I know. The white belt. Just good old American life. That's now I was only a little tiny one in 1972, but I did, you know, I loved the late 70s and I love the 80s, of course. Yeah, it was fun. Those are fun times. And I got a couple of boxes of these films I want to go through, and I want to start showcasing some of them. Excellent film. Thank you, Jeffrey. All right. So check this out. Let me see if this is still warm. New toy. Jim Cahill knows what I got. You guys ready? I've wanted one of these for years. And when I say years, I mean for about 30 years I've wanted one of these. And never, ever got one until now. New toy time. Are you ready? Drum roll, please. Brrr. I finally got a Beaulieu 6008S. Not the professional. I did get the S. And it runs beautifully. Runs beautifully. And I just put this in here because I just like it. This one actually is part of the Pomona pack, but this is the one, it does have film in it, and it's the one that's not fully exposed. So I just took it outside. It's running through just fine. I took it out in the backyard just to play around with it a little bit. I really don't know a lot about this camera. Jim Cahill has a couple of them, and he's been helping me. He sent me a copy of the manual. Your poor shoulders. There are a couple things I don't like already about it, but the things I do like strongly outweigh that. Where did you pay for it? No, I didn't. I actually got a pretty good deal on it. I'm not going to tell you exactly how much I paid for it, but I got a pretty good deal on it. One thing I don't like, I don't like the handle. It's really uncomfortable. Yeah, Jim sent me one, Mike. I'm sure they do. Looks funny. It is not a retractable handle, which I already knew. And then there's the power button on the bottom. And I'm not afraid to use a little of this film because it's probably not going to come out anyway. I'll buy that for $1. So it's much like the Chinon did this as well. You hear it? That turns it on. And you have to hold that in with your inner thumb and then shoot it. I don't like that design. I don't like that it doesn't always hold in, and then it's really strange trying to trigger it, but first world problems. A safety? Yeah, I don't know why they do that. That's their on-off button. I really wish there was more of an actual on-off button. Hey, there's my sister. Hi, Lori. Hi, sweetie. The only other thing I wish it had, again, it's a bit trivial, and I know because they're higher-end cameras or something, I don't know. You know, the higher in you go, the less you get. Look at the restaurants. But it doesn't have a footage counter per se. It does have one inside the viewfinder, kind of. It's not great. It tells you in meters how much you have shot, I believe, Jim, right? Or how much you... Yeah, I'm not a big fan of those, Jim, that power button. But you have to look through the viewfinder to know how much film you've shot, and I don't know if I like that idiosyncratic. Yeah. A few cameras on my list. So, does this one have a ground glass too that you can switch in and out? I know nothing about these cameras. I just got this week, the week that just passed. There's the on button again. Yeah, it has the little circle. I like the split image focusing probably the best. This has the circle, and then whatever's in focus in the circle is in focus. It's mainly just get it focused, and when it looks focused to you, then it should be. Yeah, the footage counter is not. It's certainly not a deal breaker, but you just got to keep track of how much you've shot, and it is in meters. We don't typically use the meter system here. I know it's on my K3s and whatnot, so you get used to it. Split image is the best. I love split image. It's kind of a no-brainer. Even if you get the diopter off a little blit, split image helps that much more. So I'm super excited, and this is what I'm going to shoot this roll of film in. That will be the very first roll, more than likely, that gets shot in this camera. So Chris, if you're watching, which I'm sure you're not, but if you happen upon this video, I'm going to do my best to see what happens with this. Now, the first roll is going to be tricky. Well, you know, I take that back. I don't know if I'm going to shoot this as the first roll in here, simply because I've never used this camera before, and this is a good film stock. So I just may use an old Tri-X or something first. And then when I kind of figure the camera out, maybe then I'll go with the Silver 100. Because that's a really fun film. But this is a cool camera. Now the S, I was told by Jim Cahill, who has a couple of these, the S model does record on the sound cartridges. So if you have an old sound film like these, you know, the longer, where the sound is down here, this will record direct to that magnetic track. The 6008 Professional has the opening on the bottom. It has the look of sound recording, but it doesn't record sound on the film. It was set up more for double system. This is a 6008S, Jeffrey. Can you see that? Yeah. So there's a couple things I want to test. First and foremost, make sure everything works. The zoom, the zoom motor seems a little finicky. It does go back and forth, but it gets stuck a little bit one way or the other. Yeah, 6008S. The sound system in the 6008 is amazing. So I want to check and make sure the auto exposure is working properly, manual exposure, and I'm dying to know, there's not crystal motors in these, in this one. I think the professionals had the provision for that. But I want to see how close, 24 frames per second, how close we get shooting double system without having to stretch the audio. So we'll see. That's going to be one of my tests. You know, I like to try and sync audio to every camera I have. So that video will be coming, I promise you, as soon as I figure out how to use this camera. And I'm also going to probably shoot the rest. Maybe that's what I'll do. Just shoot the rest of this as a first test, although Kodachrome's not a good film to do first tests with. Does it run on normal batteries or still require some special battery? No, it uses 6 AA batteries. Right here. I got rechargeables in here. Jim was telling me you really need to use 1.2 volt. And the 1.2 volt batteries that I have in here, the rechargeables, are powering it perfectly. So I am not going to try and overpower it by putting 1.5 volt batteries in it. I'm going to take his word for it and stick with it. As long as my rechargeables will power it, that's what I'm going to use. But it does have an external port as well for 9 volts. I don't know how many cameras I can get this year because I get some antique phonographs I'm planning to buy. You love your phonographs. AA rechargeable batteries only. That's it. That's what I'm using, Jim. I'm going with what you say. I don't know, Mike. I really don't know. I'm going to trust Jim on this one because I know he has been working with these cameras for a long time. But I don't know why you can't use regular AA's. Oh, the manual says it too. Okay, so I will just tell you that it runs great. I don't know if it'll run a whole 200-foot cartridge on 1.2. We'll find out. Because I have a full cartridge of Kodachrome, brand new, still sealed. And I have 2 cartridges, 200-foot magazines of Ektachrome 7242, I believe, sound film that I'm going to try in this camera. So we'll see. I mean, I'm going to see how I'll charge the batteries up. I got all kinds of different AA rechargeables. I tried different brands, the Amazon Basics, the Harbor Freight ones. These are the, oh, what do you call it? You guys just saw them. These were supposed to be some of the best ones, the Eneloops. I really don't like them. I don't think they hold a charge very well. At least the ones I have don't. I tried the EBMs and all kinds of different ones, but does that lock? Yeah. So I'm going to give this, I'm going to put it through the paces. Love to see the results. Looks like a wonderful camera. It looks and feels great. It has 1 scratch on it. I got to tell you, and the seller, this came from overseas. This came from the Czech Republic. And I'm in Florida, and I'm very nervous about buying things from out of my country, simply because of the shipping, you know, hazard of shipping it. But it got here within about a week and a half, packaged really well, and the seller said in the description that it worked, and it does. It works beautifully so far. and said that the body had some minor scrapes and scratches, which I totally and fully expected. I think they undersold it. I think the body is in much better condition. The only scratch that I can really see is right here where my finger is. You see that scratch on there? It's just a groovy little scratch that I'm going to call it a racing stripe. That's it. The lens is immaculate. I've done the whole light test and whatnot with it. There's no fungus, no nothing, no haze. And the lenses are interchangeable anyway, so looks like an amazing... Hey, Ali Rog is here. Hey, buddy. It looks like an amazing camera. What a beauty. You told me you could use you told me I could use 220 film in one of the comments, but do you know what film stocks in the bag are available in that format? I don't, but you know what? Limelight, let me go get it. We'll look and see. This was the bag of film. If you guys weren't here last week, that was sent to me by Gordon Webster. He's one of our friends of the channel. And he sent me this like 80-something rolls of 120 film that he just wasn't going to use. And I was flabbergasted when I saw it. 120 film, 63 rolls. You do the math. 220 film, 21 rolls, 620, 2 rolls, 127, 2 rolls. So we'll look and see, Limelight. And I do plan on sharing the wealth and sending some of this film to you guys. So we can do, this is all 220 film, Limelight, Tri-X. So we have that for sure. And that might be, that's 20. There's 620 film. I think that Tri-X might be, that's all 120, 120, 127, and then what's this? 120, 120, 220, PXP. I may not, if I only have one of those, that's Plus X Professional. I might have to use that. Plus X is one of my favorite films. So if you're okay with it, Limelight, how about Tri-X? Tenergy Pro rechargeable. I like Tenergy. In fact, I use Tenergy, Jeffrey, in my Aeroflex battery packs that I built. Check it out. Nice. I like that, Doug. What's the condition of the lens? Is it good? Is it rare? CLA plus legendary man? You've read too many descriptions. Oh boy. Is a 6008 made mostly metal like the No. I don't think, Matthew, I think that's plastic. Yeah, that's plastic. Bonnie, your guess is 472. You guys are my family. I paid with shipping and taxes and everything like a couple dollars under $500 for this camera. Couple, it was like $497 something, somewhere in that range. And that was out the door. Page 41 of the manual. Oh, for the batteries. Okay. I'm just going to take your word for it, Jim. I'm not going to overload it. Such a nice camera bed. It's going to be a blast to shoot. What type of lens does it have? It has the Beaulieu, or the... I'm not even going to try to pronounce it. I got lambasted last time I tried to pronounce it. I know it's the Schneider K lens. Kruznak? I don't know how to pronounce it. Beaulieu Optivarion 1.4 6 to 70 millimeter. So it's a decent lens. It's a very similar lens that came on the Ingenue lens that came with the Bauer S715XL that I had. And I loved that lens. From one of those Japanese... Tis but a scratch. You're right, CJ. Just a scratch. Is it not produced anymore, Mike? I did not know that. 220 film. Huh. You were close, Bonnie. Or maybe a Japanese company might make some. Yeah, I don't know. I don't... I like shooting 120. I don't... There's very little difference. those 200 cartridges. Those 200 cartridges not. No, they're really not, Jeffrey. I mean, I think there may be one or two people on the planet that can refill these. They're such a pain. There's a spring. It's totally different design than the regular carts. They're built completely different. The transport systems are different. Everything's just totally different. So no, if you can get them apart, they're really difficult. I wish Tri-X was inside those as well. Nice buy from Europe. I know it was a risk, but I don't know. Tri-X would be great. Thanks. I will have a Tri-X roll for you, Limelight. Good to know. What? Oops. Misclick. That is a great price. I thought so because I have been watching these for years. And then I saw that and I instantly contacted Jim Cahill and said, do you think that's a good price? I think they wanted more, but I made an offer for it and he accepted the offer. And Jim said, yeah, I think if they will take your offer, that'd be a great deal. So with what I offered and shipping and tax, that's about just under $500 is what I got it for. That's a good price, Bonnie, for that battery belt. I had a Focal Model XL 303 Super 8 movie camera. Put out some awesome, clear, beautiful pictures. I never could find out, however, the company produced the camera under the Kmart name. Focal was, yes, I have had Focal cameras. They also produced film under the Kmart label as well, or Kmart produced it under the Focal label. And I have some of that Super 8 film. I've processed that film before. It is interchangeable. I have never taken this particular lens off, but it's a C-mount lens. So yes, Matthew, they are interchangeable. I don't know. That's a good question, Jeffrey. I don't know if you can do a shoulder mount. I probably could. I made a shoulder mount. I welded up some aluminum years ago, and it was a front held thing, and then I had a weight that went off the back for DSLR. Why the geniuses of Kodak couldn't put I know. Yeah, it is definitely plastic. I think Chinon. Nice lenses. The Snyder glass. And that's the same glass I have in my Aeroflex S. Yes, I love this glass. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to work on slowly but surely. Maybe next week we'll start, since I now have everybody's Tri-X shipped back to them. Maybe next week for our live stream, let's start thinking about what you guys want to do with some of this film. I don't want it to just sit anymore. I want to use it. So let's come up with a project. I will send the film. You can get it processed and scanned and send me the photos, the ones you want to show. And then from this film, we will showcase some of your favorite pictures. Let's use it. I mean, Gordon was kind enough to send it to me. I don't want to let it sit. And it would take me a long time to shoot all this film. So we're going to do it as a team. I have a few members now, so I got a couple dollars to help send film. It's a C-mount lens, but those 6008, 7008, 9008 used a wheel lock to the lens to the body. I need to quit hitting it. I'm going to set it back down. Well, let me look at the wheel lock. I see the wheel lock, kind of like the CP16. Let's take it off. There it is. See it? And then voila. And just like that. It works great. I noticed the auto exposure changes as you move the camera. Seems to work. We're going to find out. I'm going to really put it through the paces. And we're going to find out if it works or not. It's threatening to work properly. Focal cameras and accessories are typically rebranded products from major manufacturers such as Haking and Cosina. I didn't know that. All right, Jeffrey, thank you. Have a Brownie 620 from 1930s. Getting some real 620 film would be very cool. Well, then you, my friend, will get a roll. And these rolls are so little, I will ship these anywhere in the world. And I think they're old enough. This film, the scanners are not going to hurt these rolls of film. You know, the X-ray machines or whatever you call them. Looking forward to it. Maybe we can first check who only has 620 cameras available, as I think they were only 2 rolls of that in there. Yes. Did you want 620 limelight or 220? 620 film is the same as 120, just on skinnier spools. So will 620 fit in a 120 back, or no? Mike, do you like the reflex shutter viewfinder? It's very similar to my Arri S viewfinder. I like it. You got to get your eye just right, and you do see the roll of it. The mirror, I guess there's a mirror in there because I can see it flicker. It doesn't bother me at all. I'm used to it. It kind of has the Aeroflex and the K3 feel to it. Yes, I re-roll 120 on 620 spools. Works great, but nice to avoid. So what we'll do, black and white 120 film? Yes, I do have black and white 120 film. Lots of it. Would like to eat some... My GW690 would like to eat some 220. Then eat it, it shall. We're going to hash out the details next week. I'm going to make that note because I really want to do this. I think it's going to be fun. So I'm going to make a note of that already. Work on the 120, 220, 620 project. So get your ideas together, because I want to get some film out to you guys, and I want to see some cool shots of whatever you want. This will be for live stream 72. We're going to have some fun. Yeah. 620 spools are 120 film with thinner sides, otherwise exactly the same. Does that camera have a quarter 22? Yes, it does, Jack. Yes. And I can picture myself, this is the on-off button, by the way. I mean, that powers the camera on, but you have to hold it in. So I can really picture myself using a remote in this thing instead, so I don't have to constantly, and I know it would stay on, but if I'm going to be using it for certain shots, I just don't like it's just a weird feeling. Variable shutter, much like the Canon 1014 XLS. Yes, has a couple of settings, right, Jim? Bolios have guillotine type reflex shutter. Kodak tourist camera. Variable shutter as well. Love to see some film. Some films from zoos. Anybody have any good zoo footage? Good zoo footage. I did show some, Jack. I showed a film from the, I think it was from the 40s or something. Black and white film in one of these live streams. It was really cool. It was from a zoo. I have several 120 cameras plus a Holga. I think that's another thing I'm going to do for the member. I'm going to upload found film videos, but just the films, and put them in the all in the member section. Might be fun. I have a shoulder mount handle I'll let you borrow. Yeah, I have one. I actually built one, Jack. I have a, and plus I do have some of the rail systems that we use when we filmed our movies that may work for this. I'm not sure. But thank you. Zoo in winter. That would be fun. I do on video, but not film. grandparents in '74. If anybody wants to show their film, you just email it to me or Google Drive it to me or something, and we'll set it up. Time with my gorilla pals. Yeah, I bet. That's your people. Ali Rob Gorilla. I got some folding 120 cams. Flying O, tell me about it. Getting my first 120 camera after dealing with 620 cameras was such a relief. Oh yeah. All right, guys, listen. I'm gonna have to wrap it up. This might be our longest stream. I don't know. But we're an hour and 33 minutes in. I want to first and foremost thank everybody for showing up to these live streams. Everybody. It means the world to me. I enjoy the heck out of them. Yeah, it will be everywhere, Super Cine. Just take some beautiful pictures of your surroundings. It does fly, I know. That is a good idea. Medium format project be around where you live. As everyone on here. It would be really cool to see different shops, different streets, different cars. That's a really good idea. Quick, I'm going to copy and paste an earlier message. I don't want 620. I just want to make sure whoever has 620 cameras gets... Okay, I got you, because I did ask you. Thank you. And we're going to go over all that in detail next week. Jim says, Mike's camera is to put on your shoulder and behind you in the second person on the viewfinder. Okay, wait. This camera is to put on your shoulder, the one behind me. What? Are you talking about this one? Jim? Second person on a viewfinder. I'm not 100% sure what you're talking about. If it's one behind me, or are you talking about this one? I miss most of it. You know, real life gets in the way. Always real life before some strange guy on the internet. Always. But thank you for being here. Guys, thank you everybody. Lori, love you. Thank you for being here. Thank you to all my members and new members, old members. Old members meaning like 2 days ago. It means the world to me that you guys are supporting like this. But it's support enough from everybody just being here. I really appreciate it. Next go around, Pete. You got that right. We will be here next Sunday, barring any crazy emergencies or something. Thank you, Eric. Limelight. Mike, Barry, Radios, everybody. Mike Rook, take care all. I'll see everybody next Sunday. We will be here. Peace.